Okay, so here's the tools for today's job. You need a 10 millimeter hex, Allen, whatever you want to call it, a 6-inch extension, a ratchet, some kind of a pump that's all clean, and 2 bottles of this Mobil 1 synthetic. It's important, it has to be synthetic for the differential. Synthetic gear lube 75W90, and this is a LS, limited slip differential, so you have to have the limited slip additive. You're going to need just under 2 quarts, so get yourself 2 bottles and some kind of a pan to catch the old oil in, and lots of paper towels to wipe up the mess, and some gloves. Okay, so we're going to change the oil in the rear differential on the Z06, 2002 model year. So this is a 10 millimeter hex key, Allen key, whatever you want to call it. Notice this is a limited slip, so we have to use the 75W90 LS limited slip formula, or else you have to add limited slip, but I'm going to get the pre-mix. Okay, so that wasn't in there too tight. The torque spec is 26 foot-pounds. It broke loose very easy. So at least the Gorilla didn't get in there and over-tighten it. Get a drip tray ready. So now if we come down under the cradle, between the leaf spring, right there, that is the drain plug. So the same 10 millimeter hex will fit in there. There we go. So that will fit in there and take it out. Get my wrench on it. Yeah, that's not in there very tight either. So same 26 foot-pounds of torque on the drain plug. Fill and drain are both the same 26 foot-pounds. And there is a aluminum washer. You could use copper or aluminum. It's 20 millimeter inside diameter. And of course Chevy doesn't sell it anymore because they said the car is too old. What do they know? This stuff is going to stink when it comes out, so I'm going to get ready to wipe my hands off. Try to prevent it from going on the camera. Some light on there so you guys could see. can see the little tiny washer coming out. Okay, here comes the flood. A stinky flood. I'll protect my camera here. You can see the little aluminum crush washer. I don't know why they call it a crush washer. It's really just, looks to me like possibly flat aluminum. I'll clean it off and see. And there's less than 2 quarts in there. What a lovely smell that is. Just lovely. Smells like dead dinosaurs. Okay, so there is the aluminum washer. Yeah, it's just flat aluminum. Very, very thin. 20 millimeter inside diameter is the critical dimension. We'll just let that drip a little more, and we'll take the filled plug completely out to get some more air in there. I am going to reuse that washer because I have not been able to buy new ones yet. Looks like I got to order them off the internet. It's the only way to get them, so I will order them for the next time I do this. You can reuse them a couple times. They're not that beat up. The reason you loosen the fill plug first is to make sure you can get it out. I've seen some guys that live in rust belt areas that could not get it out, so you don't want to drain the oil out unless you're sure you could fill it back up when you're done. And the crush washer or aluminum washer on this one goes behind the tag. So it goes against the transmission housing. So you put the tag on the bolt. I'll show you there. So there's the washer behind the tag. Let's clean that up. And the 2 bolts are identical, except for the tag. Drain and fill are the same. They both got the same little washer. There we go. Same washer. Okay, we'll wipe that down. Get that fill plug back in with the washer. Twenty-six foot-pounds. There we go. Front. Get some light. Now it's time to start filling the front. Okay, you can either pump this up in here or use the squeeze bottle. Okay, trying to squeeze it by hand is going to be way too messy, so we're going to switch to a pump. And this pump was thoroughly cleaned, dried out, and it's ready for fresh fluid. This will be much easier, cleaner too. Okay, got one cord in. It's critical that the car be absolutely level doing this. So I've got 7-inch ramps in the front and 7 inches of wood blocking in the back. I think I'm going to go ahead and buy a second set of ramps, so when I jack the rear, then I can place the ramps manually under the tires instead of stacking wood. It looks a little sketch, but I assure you it is safe the way I have them blocked. But I think just to simplify my life, I'll just get another pair of matching Rhino ramps to use on the front and rear wheels, since I'm underneath this car a lot. Should be getting close to full now. See a little bit weeping out. Yep, there we go. Give it one more pump, see if we get a steady stream coming out. Yeah, we got a steady stream coming out. It took about 1.8, 1.9 approximately. Okay, so we got our plug with our washer and our tag. And so we got this torqued to 26 foot-pounds. Our tag is there. The washer is behind it. And our fill plug is also torqued. And we cleaned up any drippy, and we're good to go. So what we got to do now is get the car down and then go drive it around slowly. A few left circles, a few right circles. Get the fluid to move back and forth in there. And then we're good to go.